Welcome back to Warpstorm Radio. I'm your host, Tryhard40K, and I'm joined here by my lovely co-host, Big Shot 40K. I am, of course, joined by two recurring guest hosts. I have Changeling, and I have Orion Red, or Kairos Cloaca on Instagram.
Go. Most relevant account.
Yo. So we are two good boys and then two Zinchian boys right now.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I could be a good boy if I want to.
Depends on how gay your list is that week.
Yeah.
You know, it's always extra special.
So today's topic is gonna be a different style of episode. And they're gonna be uploaded in 3 different segments. Separately. So we're going to go into them one by one, and you can view these segments separately, and they'll be titled separately as such. So instead of having your standard long-form content of an hour-long Warpstorm radio episode, you're probably going to have 3 shorter ones. So I'm super excited to get into what I have today. And then Big Shot also has something cool as well.
Yes.
So first topic is going to be the Warhammer 40K Iconic Rivalry Bracket Tournament. So what this is we compiled a list of the most iconic in lore rivalries, and we're going to be having them compete in a tournament for the biggest hater award. And that'll be determined by the 4 of us who is the biggest hater. And if there's a tie, we're just going to have to fight until one of us, until they continue.
Yeah.
That's why 3 works better. All right, cool. So I'm going to get right into it. So round 1, bracket 1, we have Kroot versus Orcs. And this is kind of like, in my opinion, a layup, because they're going up against Eldar versus Necrons. So, unfortunately, the bracket was randomized that way. But I want to speak on Kroot versus Orcs to plead my case, because I think they're cool.
Okay.
How much do you guys know about Kroot?
They eat people
I
and
know
they
they eat
become
people.
what they eat.
Get it? They're a Tau auxiliary.
Yeah, they're a Tau auxiliary. They're called the Kroot carnivores. They're cannibalistic in nature. They have limited technology. But the thing about the Kroot is they go planet to planet to find the best DNA to consume, because what they eat alters their genetic code to make themselves stronger as a species. And they get the topic of cannibal because when the Kroot are inevitably going to die from old age or they die in battle, they'll eat each other to preserve the DNA dictionary that's in their genes. So they're just really cool from a sci-fi perspective. And I think the fact that they go to planets and find interesting things to eat and improve their species, but they don't hunt races into extinction, they practice practical hunting and sustainable hunting, that they're the most like the old ones in the modern setting.
It's pretty cool.
It's an interesting take.
Yeah, because they're kind of like a depository of DNA, and they could pass DNA through breeding, typically. But the Kroot that you see on the tabletop, your standard Kroot, your Krootox, your Kroot hounds, are just Kroot that went down one DNA path and just only predated on one type of species, and they can't go back to being bipedal subhumanoid Kroot. They're just dogs or gorillas. So they're all the same species, and the Shapers have a really interesting role in their society because they tell the Kroot in their clans what to eat.
I never knew that.
Yeah, Kroot are sick, bro. Kroot are just pretty cool.
What's their beef with orcs then?
The Orcs were their first contact with a major species, and the Tau came and rescued them, and that's how they joined the Tau.
I see.
So if you compare the parallel of how these two species operate, the Orcs are obviously a scientific marvel of a mix between animal and fungi, and they quickly populate. The Kroot also pretty quickly populate, and they destroy instead of act sustainably. They're also orcs are pretty low tech as well. So that's my case here for this one.
This is the thing though. This is like high school rivalry beef.
Yeah.
Compared to Necrons Eldar, that's like Balkan War level, like World War III, Serbia, Albania type kind of like conflict you got going on.
For the listeners who don't know, what do you guys know about the Necron Eldar beef?
Really hate each other.
It is what has spawned the entire setting.
Pretty much.
Eldar,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
War in Heaven, like the old foe, the old ones, the Catan, like it's more of an iconic rivalry. I just wanted to talk about Kroot because Kroot are cool.
I mean, Kroot are cool. I never knew about Kroot until you brought it up today, so...
I kind of want to start a Kroot army because they're cool.
They're pretty awesome.
You'll be one of the 3 people to buy the Kroot Combat Patrol then.
Dude, I'm one of those guys. My other 2 brothers who play Kroot, hit me up.
I know a store with the box still on the shelves if you want it.
Same here. Michael, do you know one as well?
Almost like those boxes didn't sell.
No way.
The contract that GW has with these stores kind of sucks because they like kind of get forced. If you're an LGS and you want to stock the new products, you're forced into taking stock from GW that might not sell well, might not be a great product. It's kind of shitty to me. And it's just like a situation.
Yeah, why do you think there's so many Imperial agents still on the shelves too?
So do we think that the Necrons Eldar beef is a stronger beef than the Kroot Orc beef?
No, I'm going Orcs. I'm going Kroot Orcs.
Well, Kroot Orcs?
Yeah.
I think I might have to go Necron Eldar here. Sneaking suspicion.
No, it's Kroot
Big
Orcs.
Shot, what do you think?
It's got to be Eldar Necrons.
I'll also vote there not to be a tie, but I really want Kroot to win because they're cool. All right, so the next 2 contenders are a little bit less of a layup than that one was for Eldar Necrons. It's Imperial Guard and Orcs, so another return of Orcs. And Ultramarines versus Tyranids. How much do you guys know about the Imperial Guard Orc beef? I think Big Shot knows quite a bit.
Yeah, so the thing with Imperial Guard Orc beef, importantly for orcs, they'll have a Grodd. It's like that's the number one person you beef with. We all have someone in life that we just don't like. And you're always beefing with that one person.
We all have the same person here.
Yeah, it's all but everyone has that side character in their life that you just hate. But for orcs, that's a good thing because it's like your number one rival that you want to crump. And for that, it's Yarrick and Guard. And Imperial Guard just rightfully want to, like, they're just kind of doing their job. They don't, they don't necessarily hate orcs because they're orcs. I think they put, like, a lasgun shot equally between any enemy of the Imperium. It just so happens that there's a lot of orcs, and orcs really like fighting into Guard in the lore. As an orcs player, I don't like pairing into Guard on table.
Yeah, it's like the cursed Yowie that is Gaz versus Yarrick.
We need to get someone to illustrate that. I would pay a lot of money for that.
Who's the bottom? It's Gaz, right?
It's Gaz.
Yeah.
Right?
Gaz.
It's for sure Gaz.
I think, okay, let's be real. The joke is that it's Gaz. However, Gaz...
Does Makari sit in a chair?
Makari will watch from the throne.
No, Makari got his little banner and he's like rooting for him, like putting it up and down like a pom-pom, fucking screaming Gaz's name. You can do this, Gaz.
You got this. So the second beef is as I alluded to before was Ultramarines and Tyranids, man, and this beef is still cooking. But it's 40K, so all these beefs are still cooking.
Here's the thing. I am of the opinion this isn't really necessarily a beef because the Tyranids are just kind of consume. They don't have any preference.
Yeah.
You show that to Captain Titties.
You got Space Marine 2 against Tyranids, bro. You got McCrag, the first Tyrannic War with Behemoth. You got the Leviathan conflict. It's shaped Ultramarines as a faction to the point where they're Tyrannic War veterans. You have, or first Tyrannic War veterans, there's second Tyrannic War veterans. There's there used to be a specific unit on the tabletop called like Tyranid Hunters or Tyranid Veterans or whatever for Ultramarines that got like devastating wounds against Tyranid models. It was a thing represented on the tabletop until recently. And you're right, Tyranids just consume, but at the end of the day, I think it's iconic enough to shape the faction identity of Ultramarines.
I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah,
I still think
it's still a
there-
rivalry, and like if only one side is paying attention, can you really even call it a rivalry?
I mean, yes.
yeah, just look at
Yeah, that is.
No.
Never mind.
yeah, it's-
Yeah.
Froze. I think like totally froze.
That's not good.
I was saying something about how it's iconic enough to shape the faction identity of Ultramarines. So
Yes.
it's a worthwhile thing to mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it bigger than Orcs versus Garb?
it's not. It's not. Because while that's shaped the faction identity of Tyranids, Guard Beef has shaped both factions' identity.
Yeah.
I think Yarick versus Gaz is so well known in the community.
I mean, like maybe your community.
I mean, we have Armageddon right now.
Yeah, it's so relevant right now, and I think because like how it's currently going on compared to the Ultramarine bug beef like not happening currently and not being written about, like it just makes the Orc Guard beef so much more important.
The Ultramarine Bug Beef is literally the launch box for last edition.
Well, that's last edition.
This edition, it's Blood Angels and Orcs.
The Ultramarines are there too, though.
No, they're not.
And Steel Legion.
And Steel Legion. True, I was just about to bring it up, Michael.
Yeah, Guard weren't the launch box. And
Exactly.
Ultramarines Bugs has a video game.
It does have a video game.
Counterpoint for this Guard Works. That's picture one.
But no, that was Ultramarine.
There was one Ultramarine.
Like
and it was
3.
Guard fighting them the entire time.
Yeah, they were like 3.
That's all you need is 3 men.
Changeling knows a lot about occupying a space with 3 men.
True, I'm doing it right now.
do we qualify Kairos Cloaca as a man?
Bro.
That's
I'm gonna
no
try to. I'm gonna try to rejoin on my computer in a second.
I'm gonna go run and grab my DoorDash then.
And it was 2.
I'm back.
Hi, Andrew.
Yeah, it's literally took me 2 seconds. I don't know why my computer froze. Like that was really weird. USB advanced audio.
You cut out.
Bubble to the flow. Can you tie him in a
Obviously
bow?
gonna have to edit a little bit, you know. This might be just a full episode, Michael.
Just a bit.
We might not even be able to get into the other things, dude.
I am back.
Yeah, if that happens, it's all good.
So are we voting Ultramarines Tyranids or Imperial Guard Orcs?
I'm voting.
I think I am too.
I'll vote Guard.
All right, so sweep.
Sweet.
Okay. Next one, dude. It's so much Orcs. Next one's Tau versus Orcs.
I wonder who
Or-
votes first.
Dark Angels versus Space Wolves.
Ooh.
Right?
It is pretty juicy.
This one might be a little better.
Dark Angels versus Space Wolves.
Not familiar with this one.
You're not familiar with which one of them? Both?
No, Space Wolves versus Dark Angels.
Oh, dude. Are either you other guys familiar? Or
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah. This is when
Dude,
the Lion.
take it away.
Yeah, so back in the Horus Heresy, the Space Wolves and Dark Angels were both trying to take over a planet. And Russ had vowed to take the kill of their leader to himself. Except the Lion did it, and it ended up with the Lion and Russ having a duel, and it sort of put them at odds, even into the current setting.
Damn.
And, funny enough, up until 10th edition, there was rules for Dark Angels versus Space Wolves having a contest of champions on the tabletop. So
Well,
if you
what
were
does
a Dark
that
Angels player or a Space Wolf player, you would take your Warlord and you guys would have a separate fight.
Yeah,
Damn.
so
Yeah.
it's like that game For Honor, Knights vs Vikings. We got Knights vs Vikings on the tabletop. It's pretty awesome.
I never
Shut
did
up.
that.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's-
cool. It's the
yeah.
only cool Space Wolf lore.
Yeah,
What?
True.
that's not cool.
You like Space Wolves now?
No, I like when wizards kill them.
Yeah.
True.
And then as a resident Orc player, do you know about Tau versus Orcs?
Yeah, I do. It's really funny. The Tau, they like to be diplomats, and they sent an ambassador to try to negotiate with orcs, and they literally like tore him limb from limb because that was really funny, which it was. And the Tau were just horrified with this. They never tried it again. The Tau have like a list of species that are like so awful that they just need to be genocided. And it's just orcs and nids, which is really funny to me.
Yeah, Drakari.
I think we should talk about demons. But Tau didn't acknowledge the existence of demons until recently.
Yeah.
One day they'll notice you.
Yeah. They acknowledge me enough on the tabletop, man, with those ignore mods.
They acknowledge me a little less.
Yeah, so Farsight also like had a really fun time fighting orcs, and that like made his career pretty much. So it shaped the identity of their faction to some degree. But is it a better beef than Space Wolves or Dark Angels?
I think it's not even close. We gotta go Knights versus Vikings.
I agree.
I'd also say that mainly because that's just the Tau having beef with or having a couple small conflicts with a race that's just warmongering.
Yeah.
It's not like, and there's no real substance. There's not really like anything more than that than orcs just being orcs.
I don't think orcs can have beef. I think they just like to get
no,
fight.
I think the version of friendship.
they are the big.
Yeah, like that's the version of friendship. Is scraps.
Dude, I'm just an orc though. Friendly fade. So the next one I think is also kind of a layup, but it was randomly generated, so some brackets are just going to be stronger than others. Dark Eldar or Drukhari versus the White Scars, and Imperial Fists versus Iron Warriors.
Come on.
I know.
This one's a hard one.
Yeah.
White
I
Scars.
promise you the next bracket is better.
White Scars versus Dark Elder is so interesting. And then you pair it up against like probably the most iconic rivalry in the setting.
Yeah. Hey man, make your case for Drukhari versus White Scars. Maybe you could sway the class.
So what happened was after the Siege of Terra, the Dark Eldar took advantage of the chaos that was sown by the chaos. So they started raiding a bunch of human worlds and like ransacking them, kidnapping the people. And the Khan made it his personal mission to drive back the Dark Eldar back to Kamara. And he did that, but he disappeared into the webway to go finish them off and didn't come back. So that's the reason that the White Scars don't have a Primarch in the current setting. Which is really interesting because it provides a little bit of backstory to the current setting, some history, some possible intrigue of whether or not Khan is coming back, but like you can't even compare it.
Did it shape the White Scars faction identity though?
I mean, they're lacking in dad, so yeah.
But does it shape the identity as much as Imperial Fist versus Iron Warriors?
Not
No.
It's the Crew Orcs thing all over again, man. Like that's a cool beef, but
It's literally
Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fist.
Yeah, this is nuclear bomb versus coughing baby.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I think White Scars versus Drukhari would beat like orcs versus
Crew.
versus Tau or Crew. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make it interesting. We'll make it interesting. But for those who don't know about Iron Hands versus Imperial Fist, like it's a 10,000 year long rivalry, and there's the Iron Cage. There's Dorn getting to build the Fortress of Terra, and Perturabo being jealous. Perturabo being the ultimate builder, but his Primarch gift being to see the flaw in everything. So he's just a giant nihilist, and Dorn just got everything handed to him. So I hate the Imperial Fist. I love Iron Warriors. I play Iron Warriors. So for me, this is obviously a layup.
Right.
Yeah, you and every other person who's ever had to paint yellow hates the Imperial Fist.
Yeah.
Yeah. This next one is better. Okay, so
Whoa. We didn't vote yet.
Okay.
This might be a close one. This might be a close one. Big shot. What do you vote?
Yeah, Iron Warriors Fist.
Changeling.
I'm gonna it's Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fist, but I love my Drukhari versus White Scars beef.
Try hard.
It's Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fist. Fuck the Imperial Fists.
No doubt. Chaos on top.
Fuck the Black Templars. Chaos on top all the time. Chaos is like playing roulette, dude. You always bet on Black Legion.
It's Slanesh.
Yeah.
Sometimes Chaos can be on the bottom.
Speaking of Slanesh, this next one is Emperor's Children versus Iron Hands and Word Bears versus Ultramarines.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I know, dude. The random generator cooked on this one. I think we might have some words.
Could be bared.
Are we gonna bear them?
We're gonna bear them. They're getting bared right now. Changeling, you play EC. You probably know quite a bit about this. I play Ultramarines. You've read the books.
So this is one of, in my opinion, probably tied for the most iconic beef in 40K history. So originally, the Iron Hands and the Emperor's Children were the closest two legions could be like equivalent to like the Blood Angels and Sons of Horus, or like I don't even like Dark Angels and Ultramarines. Like they were the best friends. Like Ferrus Manus and Fulgrim forged each other's weapons. They were the best of friends. They like did several campaigns together. Then the Emperor's Children went to lair. Fulgrim got freaky with a sword. Killed a couple painters. Made a crazy choir and turned a bunch of people into demons. And then summoned the Iron Hands to fight them at the Dropsite Massacre. Long story short, Fulgrim kills Ferrus Manus. Gabriel Santar dies. If I remember, he was killed by the first Noise Marine. And the beef has been going on ever since.
Yeah, poor Ferris, man. He could never get ahead in the lore. But
he lost
I'm
it.
here all night. Tip your waitresses.
I mean, he died way better than Gabriel Santar died.
Yeah.
He had his dick cut off.
Oh,
That's the actual canon way he died.
Yeah. So what happens is he's fighting Julius Caesar. Santar gets the like best Caesar. He's lying on the ground, except every time Santar hits Caesar, he starts like laughing and like crying out in joy. And then Caesar gets up, stabs him in the groin, slashes down, and then Santar dies.
Well, Word
hurt.
Bears and Ultramarines is a big beef too. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the
What?
war on Calth,
No.
Lorgar and the Ultramarines, Lorgar's conflict with the Emperor, and the Emperor making Lorgar and his legion kneel. I think they abducted Gilman at some point. I don't know if that's accurate. And then he like fought in space, or maybe he just boarded them. I know there was a space fight at some point. But they do have an iconic rivalry.
Was this after the Ultramarines burned fucking
Their
Lorgar's
holy
homeworld?
city?
Yeah.
Based.
I mean, like the Custodes kind of made him.
Yeah, I mean the Custodes were the master of puppets the whole heresy, dude. Like, if you really think about it.
The heresy was just the Emperor playing chess.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that theory?
Yeah. I think that was talked about in the lore with Malcador. Like, they played like a simulation.
My favorite 40k theory of all time is that Zinch is aware this is all a tabletop game.
That's awesome.
So that's why you guys have such good dice rolls. And I have good rolls on Synth.
Yeah.
I don't roll well.
Neither do I.
It is as unfortunate as it is, man. I have to agree with you on Iron Hands, Emperor's Children. I think it's more iconic than Ultramarines.
Yeah.
It is.
So we're unanimous to sweep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Iron Hands v Emperor's Children, and I'll put graphics up during the video for everybody to see how we progress. All right. This next one is a little one-sided as well. It's Black Templars versus the Inquisition,
Okay.
and Space Wolves versus Thousand Suns.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I don't even know all that much about Black Templars versus the Inquisition. I just imagine they just don't like their legion being that big, and they don't like rules.
The Inquisition likes telling them not to do things, and the Black Templars like doing things.
Yeah. So, I mean, that sums it up. But, dude, one of you guys talk about Space Wolves versus Thousand Suns.
I've done the last two.
I can do this. Okay, Lehman Russ absolutely despises magic. Okay, and so he already doesn't like the T-Suns. So Magnus is chilling on Prospero, and I realize I don't know as much about this as I thought I did.
I'm currently rereading 1,000 Suns, so I can probably pitch it.
So pretty much, Horus orders Lehman to go deal with
Whoa. Council of Nicaea, go back.
something like that. I don't know, lore, bro.
Okay,
I love
so
lore.
pretty much Lehman Russ led a faction of an anti-psyker movement to get the Emperor to censure psykers. After on Shrike, Lehman Russ got into an argument with Magnus because they were trying to maintain the society and Russ was trying to destroy it. Yeah. So, Council of Nicaea happens. Russ leads the anti-psyker movement along with a rune priest named Althar Weirdmake. I hate that guy. He's a bitch. Gets the Thousand Suns censured. Magnus learns of Horus's betrayal, tries to send a telepathic message back to the Emperor. Accidentally blows up the Emperor's Webway project and lets a bunch of demons in. The Emperor gets kind of mad about that, sends Lehman Russ to capture Magnus, and Kairos Cloaca, you can take it away from here.
So pretty much, Horus lies a little bit and tells Lehman Russ to kill Magnus and the Thousand Sons. So then he's there fighting on Prospera, and Magnus is getting pissed. He's seen a bunch of his kids die, all 1,000 of them, and then he pretty much just teleports them out and gets pissed at the Space Wolves. Pissed. And Magnus gets shattered into like 500 different pieces, the Chaos one being the Crimson King. And then I think the
Magnus
Gray
becomes bad in the new setting.
All of the above are the Crimson King. The only one that isn't is the one that's turned into a Grey Knight.
Yeah.
The only good shard of Magnus.
Yeah, Magnus is homie shard.
And I mean, to this day, they still fight. Like, I think
Cool.
Magnus just like goes to fuck with Fenris for fun at this point.
The Battle of Fenris was just like, ha, no successor chapters for you evil wolves. I'm gonna corrupt your gene seed.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
The only reason it was there, but it did make for some pretty cool lore.
It also heavily like it's the reason my T-Sons are winner based because I imagine they're fighting on Fenris.
That's cool.
So it's clear that this is the winner of this bracket.
Yeah,
You
personal
T-Sons,
thing for me.
We have 3 T-Sons players in here, so what do you think it's going to be?
Hey man, I own T-Sons too. Don't sell me out.
Last time I saw you play him, it was pretty funny.
I was gonna say it's a personal thing for me. Whenever I see Space Wolves across the table, I have to immediately kill all of their models. I don't score. I don't do missions. I just kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So I mean, Space Wolves versus T-Sons sweeps. The next one is kind of a funny one, but we got Dark Angels versus Dark Angels. Okay.
My favorite thing to look up.
And we got World Eaters versus Good Writing.
Ooh, it's a close one. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I think World Eaters have struggled for years to get good writing, being the most one-dimensional legion of all time. But Dark
Right.
Angels versus Dark Angels is iconic, man. The Fallen, even in the modern lore. I don't know, man.
I think World Eaters. They
The
just
thing is, like, the Fallen is such a huge defining moment for the Dark Angels. You have Luther completely tricking the neophytes of the Dark Angels who were left on Caliban to turn on their Primarch. But also, you have World Eaters being the worst legion known to man.
Yeah.
guys. I think there's only one way we can vote. We can't give World Eaters any attention.
Yep,
So,
I think that makes sense.
I think there's
I
only
think when
one
you
way.
give World Eaters attention, they crash out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
vote
we
Dark
go
Angels.
Dark Angels.
Yep.
Yep.
Or / Dark
Okay.
Angels.
All right. The
Top.
next one is Night Lords versus Reddit.
Ooh.
That's a loving relationship.
And Blood Angels versus the Black Legion.
Okay. So the first one is the most loving relationship I've ever seen. That's not a beef. That's a romance.
Yeah, but I mean,
Reddit
they
loves
have
the Night Lords.
shaped the faction identity to be something incredibly negative.
Reddit loves
Whenever I think of a Night Lords player, I think of someone that like jumps for joy when they figure out that the flight to Tel Aviv has been a hotel on the flight.
You know,
I just think of like the most greasy-haired, like twink person who just thinks Batman is so fucking cool, and he wishes he would kill the Joker because that would solve everything. But Blood Angels versus Black Legion is iconic. I mean, you could say Sons of Horus as well because that's Black Legion. But yeah, like Horus killing that punk Sanguinius, finally making him a Mary Sue, the Black Rage. Like it's iconic.
I mean, like, there's a little more to it than that too. Like, kind of the same way Fulgrim and Ferrus Manus were best friends. Horus and Sanguinius were best friends. Like,
Horus became
Imagine
evil.
being best friends with a bird. That
I
sucks.
mean, I think we all know a little bit about being friends with an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we're talking about Kairos Cloaca. I fucking hate that guy.
What do we think, though, boys? We think Black Legion versus Blood Angels sweeps, or do we think Night Lords versus Reddit?
Oh, it's got to be Black Legion versus Blood Angel.
Yeah. Most of these
I'm going.
so far.
I'm going Night Lords versus Reddit to be a
I'm also doing that. Just to be a problem.
fuck. All right,
Black
let's
Angels?
go.
So, tongue kissing contest.
Why don't we roll a dice? Somebody roll a dice. We know we have them.
I got you, man. I got you.
1, 2, or 3. It's the good one that makes sense. On a 4, 5, and 6, it's the meme.
Do you want me to stream it?
Yes, I don't want any cheating.
Fuck, where are my D6s? I found them.
All right, let's see these.
I need to get my D6. Sponsored
It's
by
gonna be
Red
the
Dragon.
weird dice. Sponsored by Bad Dragon.
Sponsored by StatCheck.
Bad Dragon Dice. How about that check dice? Ew. Ew.
Get that stat check bitch off the
minus
planet.
1 to that roll.
All right, the meme wins. Fuck you
Let's
guys. Let's go. We win.
It was the evil stat check test.
Yep. All right.
They are evil.
I added some like small little funny ones, but let's see them. We got Aramon versus Glub Shido,
I think Glub Shitto's got it.
and we got being good at 40K versus getting pussy.
Okay, that's a problem I'm never gonna have.
Yeah.
Hopping dip.
So,
Well, what do we think? I will not elaborate further.
I think we all know for the second one, it's being good at 40K and getting pussy.
All right, sweeps.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows that. It's impossible.
Winner.
Especially if you're in the Pennsylvania area and you play Space Marines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Andrew,
House Vanguard. It's going okay.
have you seen
Alpha Legion versus Raven Guard or Salamanders versus Night Lords.
Ooh.
Don't know anything about this, dude. This was a last minute ad.
So
So
I can do Alpha Legion versus Raven Guard. So what happened was, so during the Heresy, Raven Guard were trying to introduce new Marines, and obviously the whole Heresy thing was going on, but they were trying to get new people, put it in Gene Seed. Alpha Legion snuck in, tampered with their Gene Seed, and made these half-bird, half-human hybrid warp creatures. And that kind of spawned a rivalry from then going on. So not that crazy.
Yeah, and then Salamanders, I guess, Comrade Kurz picked up Vulcan and just tortured it.
their daddy got kidnapped.
Also,
And
Dropside
they're the
Massacre.
bad guys.
Yeah.
Dropside Massacre.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna sustain a vote here. I'll let you guys go.
It's definitely Night Lord Salamanders.
Yeah, I'm going Night Lord Salamanders.
All right, so majority just takes it.
Yeah.
All right, we go into battle round 2. We can start scoring secondaries here.
Let's go.
Primary points.
LARPer.
Yeah. So it's gonna be Necrons versus Eldar or Imperial Guard versus Orcs for the biggest hater. We already went
Necrons
through
versus
the
Eldar.
wars, so we can kind of speed run it.
It's Necrons
versus Eldar.
It's not even.
Guard here. I feel like it's more iconic in the 40K setting.
Same.
I'm also going Guard. Sorry,
I
Chuck.
know it's an upset, but like,
Necrons versus Eldar literally use the entire lore for both of their factions.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's only 2 factions, and Necrons or Imperial Guard and Orc are also 2 factions. Whoa! Is that the entire lore for Eldar? There's the whole falling to Slaanesh bit.
Yeah, that was
man.
that was part of the Necrons versus Eldar.
Because they were like whoring around and stuff after they defeated the old ones. Or no, after the old ones got defeated and the Eldar were like in their golden age, they whored around for a bit and then spawned Slaanesh.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I say Necrons in that sentence?
I agree, man. I think it's shaping the modern setting as we go, and I think the tabletop games are more interesting than Necrons versus Eldar.
And I think that it gets the extra points for being what's happening right now.
I agree. Dark Angels versus Space Wolves or versus Iron Hands versus Imperial Fists, or Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fists.
Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fest.
I worry is Imperial.
Yeah, I agree. As much as the other one is like cool, they're still loyalists. They don't like kill each other.
Yeah, they just beef.
Yeah, they just be beefing a little bit.
So they win their round. Let's see here at the next ones. So this is going to be a tough one for you, my guy. But that is Iron Hands versus Emperor's Children and Space Wolves versus Thousand Suns.
You know where I'm voting.
Fuck. Okay. Oh man.
Inevitably, it was going to happen eventually.
This is brutal.
Yeah. Who's got the most beef here, man?
So I'm gonna get my vote out of the way. Thousand Sun Space Wolves for me.
I agree. I think it has modern setting implications where I think the Iron Hands versus EC is mainly just a Horus heresy and like Age of Strife thing.
This is so tough. I think I'm voting Imperial Fist Emperor's Children. And you know how much I love my Thousand Suns. Yeah. Or sorry, Iron Hands.
Yeah.
Like it completely set up everything. And you know how much I love the Thousand Suns. It's just not even like it's comparable.
You legitimately think they have more beef? Like they hate each other more than Magnus hates the Sons of Russ?
Borderline.
Okay. Well, your opposition is noted, but you are outvoted, my friend.
I know.
So we go into the next one, which is Dark Angels versus Dark Angels, or Night Lords versus Reddit.
What's Reddit?
Night Lords Reddit. It sweeps.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm okay with voting that just as a bit.
I think it's better than Dark Angels. Dark Angels as well.
Clearly, you have not Googled Dark Angels versus Dark Angels.
Can you look it up? r/Dark Angels. Oh, I see your point. I see your point. It's back up. Don't worry.
It is?
Yeah, it went back up really quick. Look it up.
The last one in bracket 2 is being good at 40K and getting pussy versus Salamanders versus Night Lords.
It's Salamanders versus Night Lords.
Yeah. The bit.
Something that's not true.
Definitely not true. All right, we go to battle round 3. Orcs versus Guard versus Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fist.
As much as Guard, it's gotta be. It's gotta be Guard.
Yeah, it's Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fist.
I have like an odd number. Did we miss one?
Maybe.
Lightning round. Space Marine Simp versus a stick of deodorant.
Oh, but who's the other one?
Marine 7 versus 2 sticks of deodorant.
2 sticks of
So Orcs versus Guard versus Iron Warriors Imperial Fist. Who wins?
It's Iron Warriors.
Yeah.
Okay. And then unfortunately, Salamanders versus Night Lords will get eliminated out of here.
Wait, why?
Because it's an odd number. I don't want to get into it.
Oh, okay.
T-Sons versus Space Wolves versus Night Lords versus Reddit.
T-Zones versus Space Wolves.
Yeah.
You can only let it go so far.
Okay.
Let me be devil's advocate for a second there.
You're not advocating anything here.
I'm advocating for the fact that being known as the Reddit Legion has destroyed the reputation of Night Lords fans. That unironically like the.
Well, if they like it, they're a Redditor.
Yeah, but think of the 4 Night Lords fans who aren't Redditors.
Well, they are now.
I can't believe Changeling doesn't have the warp tag anymore. I'm sad.
What? I don't?
Yeah, you don't.
Oh.
Oh, it doesn't have any. I know we had one on earlier. It must have expired. They expire after some time or something. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, all right. So T-Sons versus Space Wolves wins. We go into the finals. Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fist. T-Sons versus Space Wolves. We're going to have to fight on this because I already have my mind made up.
I have my mind made up. My first faction, I'm not giving up on them. T-Sons versus Space Wolves for me, and nothing is going to change my mind.
Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fists.
I'm gonna have to go T-Sons versus Space Wolves.
I'm dying on this hill.
Where do you go?
Really split here. I think ultimately it's T-Sons Space Wolves. And my reasoning being, this directly ties into the Horus Heresy with Horus falling to chaos, and this is I think Prospera burning was the final brick that had to be laid for the Horus Heresy to become a full-on war.
Yeah,
that was the last time.
There's personal bias on my part. I love Iron Warriors.
So do I, but not more than T-Sons.
Yeah. All right. Well, so T-Sons versus Iron Warriors, or our T-Sons versus Space Wolves is the biggest beef. Congratulations, T-Sons and Space Wolves, for being the most player haters of the 40K and 30K setting. You truly are haters, and we see you. We love you. You are seen.
Let's go. Easy win. No death.
Runner-up, obviously, the best one, Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fist. They take second place for the biggest beef in the setting. Now, one thing I'd like to do, guys, before we start closing up, is out of all the beefs, what was your sweetheart pick? What did you want to win?
I mean, you know mine. It's Iron Hands versus EC. Has to be.
And I think that has some serious contention. If it didn't go up against Space Wolves versus Thousand Sons, I think it could have won.
I could have won a couple more rounds till it went up against Space Wolves versus Thousand Sons, maybe.
Yeah.
I think mine is probably Guard versus Orcs. It's such a classic. It's always a cool one to see. I'll never go against seeing Guard and Orc beef.
That's also mine, just from a personal standpoint. As Orc player that hates Guard.
It's super relevant it's relevant even to this day. Mine is Kroot versus Orcs, man. I just like Kroot. They're cool. I'm gonna be Kroot hard 40K, dude. Watch out for it.
I hate Kroot.
Can you make it hard Kroot instead?
Hard Kroot.
Hard Kroot.
They're elders in their lore are called the Roots.
That's kind of
the band. Like the band.
Fruit 40K.
Try Crew 40K, dude. Just try it once.
Have you tried?
Back. Try Crew? You
It's
should.
math.
So our audience here, if you disagree with any of our picks here, make sure to let us know in the comments. If you think we missed an iconic beef, maybe we can revisit this another time. Feel free to, reach out and let us know. And thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode. And thank you so much to our guest host for filling in for the corn cell. He's a sleepy boy. And yeah.
Woo!
How long is that recording?
After editing, it's probably going to be like 50 minutes.
Do you want to bang